Can you hear me? Check, check, check. All right. Okay. All right. So we're gonna hang out here while we wait on my buddy James to come in here. He should be here any minute. Until then, let's hang out here until he gets here. I am actually going to try something here because I'm not hearing myself. So give me a second here. I'm gonna swap my headphones here. Let's see if I can hear it back through. I'll plug it into my Shure adapter. All right, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna set the sound to come out through this so I can hear everything else. There we go. All right, music's loud, ain't it? Turn it down, down. All right, probably hear my dog's nails walking back and forth here. Hey, pup, what's up? All right, so if anybody's here, let me know in the comments here. make sure I got everything working. Yeah, so James will be on here in a minute, and if you haven't been able to tell from the title, we're just going to talk about some cameras that are around $2,500 or under. Not too far under, because there are a lot of cameras under that, but maybe we'll talk about those. Maybe we won't. Maybe there'll be a separate stream. But I thought there was a really good range right now because we want to talk about some cameras that are probably for your prosumer, even professional, but I think you spend it around that much, you can get some professional gear. And even just starting out, if you're, it's $2,500 or less. A lot of these we have on the list are actually under that. It's not cheap, but it's not super expensive. It's not unobtainable to invest into a camera, whether you're wanting to go down a pro photography or pro videography route. It's a good price range. And there's actually a lot out there, and it's wild to see what exists in this price range nowadays, especially compared to when I started out. Oh, but okay, let's see if I got this stuff. I'm so worried that something ain't gonna be hooked up right. Here. Okay. Put some other, let's put some, I need some good like background music here, don't I? Just something subtle in the background. Well, until James gets here, I want to wait till he gets here before I hit on some news, because we had some news this week. But well, let's talk a little bit about something that was dropped this week. The Sony a7 IV was announced, and that is not on our list. I just want to touch base on that for now, because it is something that happened this week. The Sony a7 IV was just announced, and I think it's set to release late December, late this month. And it's comes in around $2,899, so it's closer to that $3,000 mark. So it doesn't make our list, but it is something new this week. I just want to touch base on that. Is a 33 megapixel full frame camera with some new AI processing, 30 frames continuous in the photo mode with no blackout, which I know is important to some sports photographers. It has that new autofocus, that AI autofocus that Sony's been doing. It's kind of cool. But I don't know how many people like rely on that. I guess it is cool if you're doing, bird photography, or I thought I seen like training car, like specifically, which I thought was interesting. And the human stuff I thought was really cool. I'd seen, I think it was one of the A7R5 when that was announced. It had the AI features to where it would track the eye, the eye, velocity eyes of the face, and it knew when someone turned around, and it knew to stay on that person, even when that person was walking by other people. It was pretty sticky and it was pretty accurate using some AI features on that. So I guess that's now the A7 now, the A7 series. It does 4K 60. It is oversampled from 7K, and it does 4K 120. And supposedly no crop. No crop. And that's a big deal, because it was a huge issue with the not original, but the A7 IV. Everyone complained about the crop. Crop was annoying. But it never really bothered me. I actually literally just sold my A7 IV. Which actually the A7 IV does make this list, which we'll talk about later. But the A7 IV was an awesome camera, but I did just sell it, not to get the new, not the new A7 V. But all right, looks like James is here. All right, how do I bring him in? Are you here, James? Can you hear me? I don't remember how to bring him in. Let's see. Guest, enter solo. There we are. Can you hear me?
Do you see me? I can hear you and see you.
I can see you. I can hear you. Can you see and hear me?
I can.
All right. And now hopefully everyone else can see you right now. Awesome. All right. I haven't been on here too long. I had some technical difficulty on my end. I accidentally started the countdown and accidentally ended the stream. And I had to recreate one. And, I mean, we had nobody waiting, so it wasn't that big of an issue.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I actually was just talking about. I thought we'd start off talking about some news this week, which the only real news is the
Mhm.
A7 V, which,
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, I was just going over the specs. 28.99. So
Hmm.
I mean, it doesn't fall under our
Almost.
2,500 price range here for this video, but I thought it'd be good to mention. Just
Yeah,
like I said, just talking
yeah,
about
for
some
sure. Yeah.
what happened this week. 33 megapixel full frame. It's got the new AI boosted processor, which I've seen a lot in like the A7R series that does some really cool stuff. I think the
Hmm.
A1, I'm sure the A1s have those, the newer upper,
Yeah.
any newer Sony camera really had that, up to 30 frames per second in photo mode with no blackout, which I know is important for sports photography, and 4K 60 oversampled from 7K. We got 4K 120, no crop, which I know is a big deal for a lot of people. That was everyone hated that in their A7 IV. And then some new stabilizations, and then the new flip out screen, which that you pointed that out to me
Yeah,
as
I
when you
know.
looked that
That
up.
that was one of the I feel like that was one of the biggest things for me, the difference between the A7 IV to the 5. I'm like, "Oh, this is interesting." Because when
Yeah,
was it that they stopped when Sony stopped doing that?
Caitlin has she has an A99 Mark II, and I think that was the one. Was the
Hmm.
A99 Mark II that flipped out like that? And it was I think it's
Okay.
the same. I'm just looking at the photos, but it flipped out, and it was just like one of the most useful ways for it to flip out because it just kind of
Hmm.
goes in every angle, and you can flip it.
Right.
You can like articulate it on the side. You can flip. Does it flip straight up? That's
I don't
if it's the
recall.
same. The A99 does, and that's really cool because you can flip
It
it
is.
up,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it flips down and out and flips around. I don't know if it does that
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
but it
wish
still looked
I
cool.
wish Canon actually did that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes, depending on what you have plugged in with, at least with the Canon R5, sometimes the you can't open the door or the LCD screen all the way. It's like, just
Mm,
enough to where I'm like, okay, this is annoying.
that is annoying. That's very annoying. Yeah, I don't know what Canon has when it comes to like the flip out screens. I don't think they really changed anything lately.
Not really. It's been the same for a long time, actually, for a
Yeah,
very long time.
I I did actually get to hold a C70 yesterday. Or C50,
You
I'm sorry.
did.
C50.
C50? Yeah, okay.
Yes, the new Canon
Oh.
C50. A guy named Alejandro, shout out to you if you happen to be watching this. He did say he just found the channel today. Um, yeah, he had the C50 and he brought it to share it with me and showed it to me. And it's actually, I didn't, we didn't shoot anything on it. He just kind of brought it to let me hold it and see it. It's actually nice,
That's
nice looking
awesome.
camera. It felt nice. Grip looks cool. And it also, I didn't know this. He told me too that the front mount has screws, and you can take the RF mount off and permanently mount, semi-permanently, I guess, a PL mount to it, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I
Man.
guess I just overlooked it. It's
That's
7K open gate,
hmm.
which is cool. Um, yeah, but news this week. I don't know. Did we miss anything? Anything stand out to you in the camera world that you know of this week?
I think Sony was the only one. Um
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I think that was it.
I didn't see much either on that. I don't know if you got a chance to look at my Milanote board here. I put a little bit of our list that we can get to in a minute, but I don't know if you want to
Yeah.
look at that or whatever. I'm sure you have thought of your cameras that are on your mind. Um,
Yes,
I
I definitely have my list up.
yeah, I didn't know if we want to go
Let's
through like
see.
a
Well,
list. I think what we should do is like pick one, like we pick the one that
big
we
one.
think
Okay.
we'd recommend. And I don't know if we want to pick one for video and pick one for photo
Okay.
and then decide from that, or pick one. I know we mentioned like the hobbyist and then like the pro, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to do that or not. What do you think?
We could do one for video and one for photo. Yeah.
Yeah, and we both can give one each. I think. So
Yeah.
you give
Yeah.
your
Easy.
photo pick and your video pick, and I'll give my photo pick and my video pick, which I think that'll be fun. And then we go through the list, and you can see I put together a little list of. Um,
Yeah,
there's
I'm
quite
going
a
to go to
bit
that
in this
now.
price range. There's quite a bit
You know
more
what?
that.
Yeah. So what I did was like for my list, I started at $300, and there's actually some decent cameras. I mean, some of them like you do have to get used because some of them aren't made anymore, like a couple of the Fujifilm ones. But I mean, for what you could get for sub $1,000 even is pretty amazing.
It is, especially when you compare it to like when we were first getting into this. Like there
Oh
wasn't
my
really
gosh, yeah.
like what you can get for the price is crazy. Also, I do think used we can go off used pricing too here. I think that's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
it's
think
fair
that's
because
kind of what I did mostly. Yeah.
oh, you probably got better deals
So
than
let
what
me
I'm thinking. I mean,
see
mine's
here.
kind of generic, but um, yeah, I was
All right, so
I was actually I was impressed like you saying of like what actually like what you can get for the price nowadays. It's crazy.
mhm.
So um we can start if you want on which ones
Yeah,
we think we recommend. You want to start on the photo side? Let's start on the photo side.
sure, yeah. Let's
So,
see. Which one do I want to pick?
and after you pick, we go through the list.
For photos.
Very loose
I
rules here.
think hmm. Let's do honestly, I'll probably go the Fujifilm X-T3. I almost went Canon, like the maybe like the R6 Mark One, but I think that's still a little over. That might be a little over our price range, but no, the Fujifilm X-T3 is just. I think you can get it used for just under $1,000.
Hmm.
Um, so, and main reason
So
I say that is
is that your pick,
because
or are
for
you gonna go through
photography.
your list?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go through your
Oh
list
yeah.
first, and then
Do you want me to say like what all I had
is that your pick?
for the whole thing?
The one you just
Oh
mentioned, the
yeah, that's my
Fuji
pick
X.
for photos.
Okay, okay. I didn't know if you were going through the
Yeah.
list and then
Yeah.
gonna pick. But okay, so
Oh
that's
no.
the pick, which is
Yeah.
the what was it? The Fuji XT.
X-T3. Mm-hmm.
Fuji
And
XT3.
mainly because these are I had see let's what was it, the XT1, which you can actually get for under, I think you can get it for $600, but the XT3, I mean, you throw a couple more $100 at it. And my biggest thing, I feel like with Fujifilm cameras, um I feel like they really make you kind of slow down and kind of learn the process a little bit, because they have Fujifilm is known for having, like, all the dials, right? All
Mm-hmm.
the shutter dial, the ISO dial, and so forth, and just film emulations with the that are inside the camera. It's just, I've never had a Fujifilm, but I've used them before, and they're so nice. And the build quality for Fujifilm is like they're a tank.
I've been wanting one of those for a long time, and I know Caitlin has. I'm trying. I'm showing our notes here. I'm trying to get the screen. I guess I should have mentioned too during this. We're going to be trying a lot of trial and error here on some things we're trying to
Hmm.
do and learn through this. But yeah, Caitlin was really interested in some of the Fuji stuff. She was looking at those. I don't know which one she was actually looking at, but I have the Fuji X-T3 up right now, and I'm trying to share this, but it's on my wrong monitor. I don't remember how to. I'm looking through
Well,
the settings
another thing
here.
about this camera too is it's dual card slots. So I mean, and I
Oh,
believe if I remember correctly, they're both SD. And some of the problems that I had with, well, the one problem that I really still have with the R5 Mark One, which is what I have, um, is it's dual card slot, but one is SD and the other is um, Type B. So I'm like, dang it, like I don't want to have to get, those are kind of expensive. So,
yeah,
but
Type B is. But yeah, wait, Type B is get Type A and Type B mixed up. Type B is what the Komodo takes, right? Is that right?
yeah, because Type B is are they the cheap? Is it the cheaper one?
Type B is, if I'm remembering right, what Komodo takes is cheaper per gig than like what the FX6 takes. I think that's Type A. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Type. So you said Type B. It is expensive. It is.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Type A. I think is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Which I've still never gotten, and I think they fixed that. I think the R5 Mark II has. um, dual card slot, SD card slot, I think, if I remember correctly. But anyways, yeah, the dual card slot on the Fujifilm X-T3 is really nice, and I mean, and it shoots in 10-bit too. So
Oh, really?
for the
That's
video side
amazing.
of it, yeah.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
looks like there's some sales right now too. Target.
Yeah, I feel like with Fujifilm, they always. I mean, of course, it depends on
Oh
you
wait,
know.
which what am I looking at? Is that? Let's see what this is. Wait.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
with a bundle, Target has a bundle for the Fujifilm.
Hmm. Interesting.
I'm very surprised. Uh,
Okay.
like,
Well,
what the heck? Like, I didn't think Target had that much camera
yeah.
wise.
Look, I didn't know either. Target's well, almost
Interesting.
everywhere's been dwindling down. Best Buy still has some, but the XT3. Yeah, man, look at these. That's it, right? Used
Yeah. Hmm.
or that's hard to beat.
It
That's
really
really
is.
hard to
Yeah.
beat.
And I
That's
think I
amazing.
don't remember what the only bad thing with these is that Fujifilm doesn't make them anymore. So they all are on the used market, which is fine because I mean, there's a lot of places like well, maybe K&H sells it. I can't remember, but I mean, there's some good places out there for used cameras and such. So
Hmm. Um, I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties right now. So I see Caitlin commented, "I'm Team Fuji, even though I don't have one yet." With that crying
yep,
face,
same.
but
I
I'm
I
seeing
really
that
want
on the
a
live
medium
stream.
format from Fuji.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which one's the one we were looking at? There it is. All right, they came
Um,
through. I was having some issues with this. I'm trying to get this to work here. All right. All right. You see her comment?
yeah, I
Mm,
definitely want. I almost rented a. It's the new medium format 100 megapixel from Fujifilm. I can't remember the name, but
yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, we got cozy cameraman clicking around trying to find old Macs to capture my DV tape with and saw this video. Well, thank you for
oh yeah,
clicking on the
okay.
video. We're not talking about Macs and capturing DV tapes right now, but maybe we will in the future. That actually sounds interesting. I'd like to hear about that. And then he says,
Oh, that's a good one. The FX30.
I've been picking up it. That was on my list. The
Yep.
FX30 more. I've been picking up my FX30 more lately because it's so cheap. It FX30 is amazing for what it is. It really is. It really is. And he says,
Do you guys have one or no? I can't remember.
no, I almost bought one.
You don't.
It's
Okay.
really
Yeah.
good. It's really good for the price. I leave my FX3 and FX6 at home more now because FX30 gets the job done 95% of the time. That's really interesting, actually, that you
Wow.
have an FX3. So I actually would love to hear why you grab your FX30 over your FX3. Because I can understand grabbing your FX3 or 30 over the FX6. It's totally different. But why the FX30 versus FX3? Is it that much smaller? What is it about the FX30? Thanks for coming by, Cozy Cameraman, and thanks for commenting. But I'd love to hear about why do you grab the FX30 over FX3? Okay, so comments are working here. Thanks for leaving them,
Yeah.
guys. Because I was having some issues here on that. I was seeing them come through on YouTube, but I think there's just a big lag
Hmm.
with the streaming software I'm using here.
Oh, for
Um,
Ecamm. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and also my screen share here. So, like when I'm trying to share this, that's my wrong monitor. Right, it's funny because it doesn't show through. This, what I'm seeing on the screen is a bunch of streaming stuff, but the way Ecamm does it's
Hmm.
pretty cool. You can't see any of it. So when I bring this over, when I'm looking at a camera we're talking about,
Uh-huh.
I can't see any of the comments or nothing until I can figure out what's going on with this. So what you'd like to
Okay, I
figure out
gotcha.
here, I just been a minute since we've done this. I just got to change the source,
Yeah.
but ooh no, oh man, I had that pixel perfect. Now I'm annoyed. Um, I just don't see how to
But I
switch the
think,
source.
another thing with Fujifilm that's really nice is, obviously they made film cameras before. So I feel like, the camera brands that made film cameras back in the day, they knew how to build them and they built them to, survive the test of time, basically. So
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like when they moved to the digital era, they're like, okay, we got this. We know
I
we
think
know how
that's
to
so
build
true.
these to be able to, yeah,
That is
to where
true.
you're
That's
not like,
honest.
oh, okay, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's true with most things nowadays, cars included.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they definitely were made way better.
Mm.
Is that a Fujifilm thing? I feel like I've always heard Fujifilm makes their cameras very well. Like their build quality is always
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah, they're known for it. I mean, between them and um, obviously, like, this is more of an expensive brand, but like Leica, their build quality is, even though a lot of them are smaller, they're still, they have heft to them, and a lot of I think both of them, Fujifilm. I think a lot of their bodies are metal, or I can't remember.
The ones
For
I've seen actually looked like they were all metal. I've heard they're metal. I just don't know
Yeah,
of any that are any kind of like plasticky.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I
I would
don't
hope
think so, but yeah,
Leica's
that's
build.
yeah,
I would hope Leica's build quality is
yeah.
good for that price. I got the screen thing figured out now, so now I'm happy. So
Okay,
now
cool.
I can bring more of like the XT3 here and see what that looks like. Yeah, I love
And
that. There's
honestly,
something
for
about that design.
me, right, and two, it's the Fuji films are so customizable, obviously, because you got so many buttons, so many dials, Um, so I guess it could be kind of overwhelming for like if you're a beginner, but I mean, honestly, like it's a camera that if you're photo first that you could get and you'd be set for a long
Did
time.
you say? Did you say it does 10-bit?
It does.
That is wild.
It is
Do you see this
800,
729?
yeah, $730, and
Definitely a good
yeah.
buy. That's
I
awesome. And
mean,
now,
I'm definitely I love the silver and black that Fujifilm has for him. I like all the black, but I don't know. My Canon AE1 is silver and black, so I love that the two toned.
yeah, it's got that a classic aesthetic to it there, like that. This
Hmm.
looks. Now, is it X mount, right? Is that what it is? Is it X mount?
Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah,
Okay, that was
I don't
awesome.
think I wrote anything about the. And the only other thing too that's kind of a drawback, but not really for beginners, I feel like, is it doesn't have IBIS. So, I mean, I feel like it's
Yeah,
not that big of a deal.
that ain't that. I don't think that is. Some people it is. I mean, most if you're a pro cinema, I mean like professional. I mean,
Hmm.
ibis is good to have, but most of the time it's like not necessary. A lot of DPs actually want it off, so they have full control of
Yeah,
the
yeah, they
camera
do.
here.
Hmm.
Um, lost my comment. Gonna bring that up. Cozy cameraman says, where to go? Where to go? I film fishing videos in the back
Mm.
country on rivers and boats. It comes down to sheer cost. A 6,000 to get it working. FX3 and 10,000 FX6 is so much. 100% true. I was just having a conversation with somebody about this yesterday or 2 days ago about sometimes it's nice to have a camera knowing you can replace, especially doing something like that. Like it's a good
Yeah,
business move.
sure.
I knew someone that did docs, and he loved the Pocket 4K, even though it's older, because he just said he knows you can replace it in a heartbeat, and it's not like a financial because it's not going to financially wreck him if he has to replace it on a shoot, which is awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
So I like that, and he said there's a sense of comfort on shoots knowing that this thing is not this fragile tool, this once in a lifetime thing I can
Hmm.
afford, or that is an awesome feeling to have, and that's really smart. So I can see that. That makes total sense. I wouldn't want my FX6 going
Because
overboard. I'd
Black
rather it be an
Magic
FX30.
is Black Magic. Are all their cameras more plastic, right?
Yeah.
Or am
Oh
I?
well,
Yeah. Okay, that's what
I
I thought.
can't speak for the Pixis. I've never held a Pixis, but
Yeah.
all the
True. Yeah.
pockets are pretty plasticky. Yeah. The
Hmm.
Ursas even feel plasticky too. I don't know what exactly it's made out of, but yeah, they feel. You feel it. It doesn't. It doesn't feel. It feels like what they cost. Image is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
He,
I had a friend that he upgraded from the OG the Pocket
the OG pocket.
the tiny, yeah,
The
Dude, that thing is
original.
so tiny.
I would love
And
it.
when I was in college, we filmed our short films on that, and that dude, that battery did not last. We had to rig it up. Like it was,
I
yeah.
remember that was what people always complained about that camera was. I wanted one so bad back then, but I remember
Hmm.
trying to figure out. I was doing weddings at that time, and I remember thinking that'd probably be a bad
Oh yeah,
wedding camera.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Cozy Cameraman says FX30 is all about 3,000 after taxes with the 1655 2.8 Sony lens and cards. I'm more comfortable beating it up than I am. Yep, on the FX3 and FX6 on jobs where there's no kit fee. Yeah, yep, 100% agree. That makes total sense. No, he says.
He makes a great point in this one about the about Fujifilm not keeping them in stock. That's been a big issue with Fujifilm. Like,
I remember you mentioned that to me. Really wanted the Fuji X-M5
yeah,
after seeing the Ermia Ramez video. I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is? Ermia
I
Ramez?
don't.
But Fuji keeps releasing new cameras, but we're never see stocked to buy that. I remember you telling me about that being an issue. Well, that
Mhm.
sucks. Does that mean do they usually get
It
more expensive on the
does.
aftermarket or
It they can be so like when the Fujifilm X100 Mark 5 or Mark 6, one of the two. I think it was Mark 6 came out, and I mean, I knew someone that got theirs. It was like 2.5 years later. They'd already pre-ordered and everything. So,
gosh,
but
dang it.
I, yeah, Fujifilm definitely doesn't.
I didn't know that
They
so
have
bad.
nowhere near the amount of cameras made for, and
Jeez.
it is frustrating because some people, online there was a lot of people that did buy multiple ones, and yeah, I mean they went up in price because everybody was like, you know,
That's wild. That's so frustrating too, because
it
after 2 years I probably
it's
wouldn't
so
even want it. Like two
yes, I
years, like
know that
I'll cancel the pre-order and pre-order the next one, and then you're just pre-order limbo and never get a camera.
right. And that's
That's
the thing. I think I told you, that's when I was deciding between that one and the Canon R5, and I was like, you know what? I don't know when this is going to happen. It was like after 6 months, and I canceled that order, and I ordered the R5, um, because I was just like, and don't get me wrong, I still want one of that era just because it's very small footprint. They're not going to get in the way, and you can keep them on your neck and the whole day, and you're not going to have any problems. I feel like,
that's awesome. Yeah, I really want one. I do want to get one. After looking at the prices on these old used ones, it's kind of seems like a good idea if I want to dabble in Fuji.
yeah.
Get some cheap
Hmm.
X mount lenses if there are cheap. I don't know. What can you adapt to X mount? I don't even know. Is it adaptable? I imagine it probably
Oh
is,
my
right?
gosh, I don't.
Can I use my Sony lens?
Yeah, I'm not
Probably
sure.
not. Probably
Yeah,
not.
I don't
No,
think so.
no,
Yeah,
I
on that
totally
one.
can't because yeah, that was the big feature on Z mount. So our
You're
Sony
right,
adapter.
and I don't even think there's an adapter for that.
Mm, I've never seen one. No, I doubt there is one. That is cool though. I like Fuji in that world.
Mhm.
Okay, so what did you
Yeah,
see my list by chance?
I didn't. I tried to pull it up on here, but
So,
let's
um,
see.
in
Oh
Milano,
wait, hold on. There we go.
yeah, I was
Got
just
it.
curious to see like if we have picked any of the same ones here. These are all. I was definitely on the high end of that. I didn't really do a lot of research
Okay,
in the
yeah.
used because I knew there was definitely some good used ones. But
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So
Let's
what else? What
see.
else did you have picked on your list? So we got the
Um,
Fuji X-T3,
three.
which is
Yep.
under 1,000 used here, which is amazing.
It's so crazy. You could probably even, I'm sure somewhere you could find a bundle that comes with like a kit lens or something like that
Yeah.
for,
Well,
under 1,000.
let's see what
Um,
I'm gonna get on the old eBay and see what is going on there. You can go on with your list. I'm just gonna look this up.
oh yeah, you're good. So for video, man, I wish I could remember what site it was, but I saw where the um Panasonic GH5 was between 600 and $1,000.
Ah,
Now that
you
was
need.
body only what I saw, but
I want to redo my list now.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. How could I forget? Like the GH series.
You're right.
Man, that is
That's what
yeah.
we.
What did you
Well,
say,
you
GH5?
had a GH4 too, right? Yeah.
Yep. And the good old
Yep.
GH4.
Yeah. I
Man,
still have my GH4. I don't use it anymore, but I don't want to get rid of it because that's the first camera I bought myself.
yeah,
So,
me too. I lent it to my brother
yeah.
because it was such. Oh my gosh! Do you see this?
Yeah. You see what I mean? And the GH5 isn't that old because they're right because they're only on
That's
the
a GH4. That's
GH6.
a GH4. Sorry, I took GH4. It's still a good one. GH5. No. Oh, yeah. I would spend a bit more with the GH5 because it's
Hmm.
just newer tech.
Well, yeah. Plus the GH5s have dual card slots as well. So
I
I
remember
wish I
that
waited
was.
but
I think the GH5 was like the first one had like the amazing ibis, like an amazing. I
yeah.
think. Am I
Hmm.
remembering that right?
I think
Was
so. Hmm.
this? I mean, that's beat up.
It was way better because did the GH4 even have IBIS?
I don't think it did at all. Not at all. No,
I don't think it did. Yeah,
no. Relied on lenses that were stabilized. But
because
I kind of want one
I
of these now.
I filmed weddings on the GH4 and that was a pain.
Me too.
It was
Autofocus
such a
sucked.
pain.
Low light was awful. But
Yeah, that's another
but
thing. Yeah.
it's a great high quality video camera.
Oh yeah,
Outdoors.
absolutely.
Outdoors.
Hmm.
Caitlin says, "You forgot about the GH series after shooting on the GH4." So yes, I did. um, I was so happy to move out of that system. Not, but like
Sure.
looking back, like being more experienced in just the camera world and what exists. The
Yeah.
GH
Hmm.
series, like what it was at the time, and even now, and look at the value. I mean, $500. I mean, the argument is it a good investment to get into Micro Four Thirds? That's
Right.
really what it comes down to. And I think there's some thought in that. I don't think it's a bad investment. I know there's some people that
Hmm.
will argue that and say, like, no, don't buy Micro Four Thirds. But I know of some wildlife photographers online that sold their full frame Canon kits to go
Yeah.
Panasonic
Same.
GH for photography
Yeah.
because even though I'd say those are more video centered cameras, there's a lot of pro
Hmm.
photographers, especially in the wildlife, hiking. You know, people who are out in the wilderness because the Micro Four
Yeah.
Thirds system is so light. But
Hmm.
you don't have to worry about overheat. Battery life was amazing on those. Like you never had to worry
Yeah.
about that. The screen was nice. I remember liking the screen. Oh, the menu interface, beautiful. Um,
Yeah. Yep.
Panasonic is
Hmm.
one of the best menus, I think. One of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe I wouldn't say they're better than Canons, but I think they're kind of right there. I definitely
I
not.
would,
I feel like the
yeah.
camera that has the best menus system is Black Magic.
Black Magic, yeah.
They're so,
I
so
would.
easy.
Red is right next to it for me. I think I prefer red, but I don't know. Black Magic's is really nice. Black Magic's really, really user. You can hand it almost to anybody. But same with the reds. The reds, I think
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you just gotta find the buttons. That's really it. Black Magic.
Mm-hmm.
It depends which camera, but most of it is just done through the touchscreen, and it's so easy just to hand it to anybody. If you tell someone to change the ISO, they can figure it out.
Yeah. I will
Yeah.
say for the GH5, and obviously it's a known thing with Panasonic. I think they fixed it in the GH6. Is the autofocus. Autofocus is still bad on the GH5.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Um, I want to see some like work from it. GH5 still good? Man,
Let's see
I
what
missed the size though.
they
I remember rigs like this.
oh my
Okay.
gosh, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great camera. I'm sure you find good deals on everywhere. You don't even need to rig all this crap up with it.
Oh yeah, no,
It's such
definitely
a
not. Yeah.
that
Especially
with
for
the
like what's that?
I was just especially with the 12 to 35.
Mm-hmm. I think let's see. On
12 to 60.
I think I used the Sigma 18 to 35
Oh
when
yeah.
I shortly after I got the GH4, because that was my second lens that I got for it.
I
So
forgot about that.
that was a nice pair to get.
That was the pair to get. And you get a speed
Oh yeah,
booster,
yeah.
which probably would,
Mm-hmm.
the speed booster would, because that was the 1835's a crop APS-C lens, and it
Yeah.
was bigger than Micro Four Thirds, so you get a whole extra, I don't remember, it was like 2 stops of light, or maybe more, maybe more. I don't know, but it definitely like made that camera not. It didn't look like full frame if you
Mm-hmm.
or Micro Four Thirds if you used that lens on there. 1835 is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yep, that's hard to beat. So what else did you have on your list,
It
man?
really is.
So you got those are two killer
Let's
ones.
see.
I like your list better
Another
than mine
one
already.
was so this one's for um I mean, I guess it could be for both. I had the Canon R50 on my list.
Canon
So you can get that
R50.
for under 1,000.
That one was almost on my list too. Um,
And it's because it's like the improved version of the M50. Yeah, M50.
man, M50. So it's like the pro version of the M50, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's nice because Sigma
You got some good sales on this right
Sigma
now.
offered lenses for the mount for this mount. It's a oh shoot, did I write down the
Is it
yeah, okay.
RF
It's an
or
RF lens mount.
yeah?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it's an RF
Wow.
one. Yeah, because the R50 came out not too long ago, I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh my gosh! These freaking pop-ups. I don't want no yuck.
And plus, I told you, but in the past like month and a half, I've had a lot of people like, oh, we know someone that's getting into photography or video, and we what's a good entry camera? And well, I mean, it's getting harder to answer that question because it's like, well, everything's good. Like, you just I feel like it's more about
Yeah,
your budget. What.
it is, and it's everything's great. I mean, you're not going to go wrong. The
Hmm.
only thing I think there really is to consider anymore is what lens mount do you want to choose, and then go that
Yeah,
direction.
that's it.
Because really, the only real research I think you need to use is like, what do you? Okay, cozy cam, best camera 2500, RE electric. Okay. So the thing is, he's not really kidding, because I was just talking to my
Yeah,
buddy
I
Josh
guess
about this, um, because you
you can get for
can,
2,500.
yeah, you can get some of these older used ones. He's
What?
not kidding. Yeah, forget my video list. Yeah, you know what? Go buy an Ari. Now, actually,
Yeah,
wish
really.
James, or not James, Josh just rented one of these and was telling me about it. Um,
Hmm.
he said it is heavy, very
Oh, I'm sure it is.
heavy,
Yeah.
and he said it's definitely you meant to be shot with a crew,
Hmm.
but it can be done. Um, I haven't talked to him since he just sent me some footage of it. Maybe we should get him on here and talk about it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that'd be really cool. Yeah,
he was
I don't know
showing me
anybody
some.
personally that's shot with one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was showing
Gosh,
me
when did
like,
these
I don't know when that what year it was.
2,500? Like, yeah, I mean,
I'm just gonna buy
that's
right now.
crazy.
Uh,
Have a red and an Ari. I mean, I think, hey, you got your pick here.
ain't that ain't that wild though? Because like, what movies were shot on this? That's crazy. If I just Google
Oh
like
man. Well, what's his name?
potato jet.
I can't remember if he's a director or a DP, but you always see him with. I mean, he only uses RE cameras, and he always has this big freaking like rigged up and on his shoulder and everything. And I'm like, dude, that looks super uncomfortable.
Or classic Mission Impossible. Is it the original Avengers? Was it really?
No kidding.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
Hmm.
crazy though. But that's like wild to think like, um, you can get that right now. But
Yeah.
what I was saying that Josh was saying though, he said it's just not only heavy, it's massive. He was showing me like his hand next to it and
Mm.
stuff in his phone, and it's big. It is big.
Man. He said, we filmed skateboarding in NYC with the RE Alexa Classic and a Fuji 8mm back in like 2011. What?
It's amazing.
Bunch of college kids running around with a $140,000 camera rental.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
Sounds like good times. That sounds awesome.
Seriously.
RE Alexa Fuji 8mm. That's amazing. Well, that's awesome.
Man, that would be so fun being in New York City and just, even if you do have, $140,000 camera rental.
I don't know. Like you stabbed or mugged. The thing was, like, I don't think people. I used to think people didn't know, like, if I run around with a red camera, you don't really know what that is, and no one's gonna steal that. Are less likely to steal that. I think more people are becoming more aware of these tools and how much they cost, and that does worry me because, like,
yeah,
I mean, you grab a red and the lens, you can get away with $15,000-$20,000 in your hands.
Yeah, you're
easy.
talking about right on the
Grab a
low end
backpack.
almost,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's sometimes you can grab a backpack off set or something and you got 50 grand worth of crap. It's just too easy.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome though. None of that made our list. We were thinking like
I know.
list is like, what do you buy your nephew in college or
yes, that's it.
yeah. Well, you know what? Buy him an RE Classic. I'm sure they'll love you forever. Or not. Maybe they'll be like,
what kind of lens would you have to? Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know what these new out there. I wonder what these like new up and coming film. What are the high school kids going into college now thinking?
Right.
Do they look at this and go, I don't want to run a big old camera.
And I saw a little video the other day where someone had a FX3 and they had I think it was, the caption said FX3 and a $52,000 RE Alexa lens. I'm
crazy.
like, gosh.
The times we live in now are so weird. Taking these Best Buy prosumer cameras and putting them on these bigger, I don't know. It's just these. There's just so many more tools nowadays.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like there's no excuse, right?
No, there isn't. And then you get caught up, and then maybe you just start a YouTube channel and you start live streaming, just talking about cameras and not actually using
right.
But that's
Here
actually
we are
some
2025.
Yep, we got a lot on the to-do list that we got going that we're hopefully going to do next year. Maybe something before the end of the year, but we'll talk about that later. Actually, I'm going to talk to you about that, James. I was going to talk to you a little bit before, but remind me later.
Is there some new things on the horizon?
Project. Well, it's like an old new project. Anyways, we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. So what else do you got on your list here? So those are great picks. Like those are no brainers too. As that's like those are gifts that you'd buy someone going into college going for this stuff or like in.
Oh, for sure.
And then think about when we were in that time. Like
oh man,
you had the like you were just talking about the pocket Blackmagic was probably it. Like that was the video camera then for the budget filmmaker.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I saw someone I went to college with. They were filming some sort of an event, and guess what they were filming with? The DJI Osmo.
The Osmo Pocket should have made a video list here.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I was just talking to someone else
that's pretty crazy.
that did weddings. And I remember using my Ronin M. And if anybody remembers the Ronin M, the big,
boy,
you couldn't sit it down. It had no feet. Yeah. You had a proprietary mount you had to have nearby to place it on, or like a C-stand to mount it to. You could not put it down. And that was the most frustrating thing. It was so awkward. I still have it. I liked it when I had it. Loved it. Used the crap out of it. But then I remember when I was getting into weddings, I had that still when like the Ronin S was out. I didn't upgrade yet.
Yeah.
And I remember the Osmo Pocket 1 came out. And I bought that because that was so cool. And then I brought it. I remember debating back and forth. Should I bring it to shoot like client work? And I brought it to shoot some wedding stuff. I didn't. It was like so embarrassing with the client to see it because I thought, they're paying me, but I used it
Right.
instead of my big Ronin M. Because like, especially for weddings, like trying to balance the thing, get the thing going. I just
Hmm.
had my pocket 4K rig, and then I remember pulling a little Osmo in my pocket, flipping it up, and just getting some cool like exterior shots of the building, and then some inside shots of halls, and it cut into the film pretty well. I mean, yeah, it 1-to-1 wouldn't matter, but to the client, to the wedding
Yeah.
couples, they didn't. It just was a really cool wide shot on a gimbal of their venue, and I thought that was really cool. And now, like
Nice.
having a
Yeah.
Pocket 3 Pro, that's
Oh my gosh, that's.
yeah, I'd use the crap out of that for weddings. I really would.
I'm like,
Just popping it.
and you might feel this way too. It's like I'm almost jealous of the people just getting into this stuff, to where it's
Yeah,
just like, you know,
I
yeah, like that saying goes where too many options could, make a fool out of us all. But it's like going into this, yeah, it's just you could almost be like, this one,
yeah,
like
really,
not
you
know
can like
anything.
just throw a dart, cover your eyes, grab something. You got one of the best tools that have ever existed. It's wild to think about that too, but I also think I'd probably be like overwhelmed, or
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I feel that.
But that's so
Yeah,
much. Like, where do you start? Like, that's the
yeah.
hard thing. Right now, it's a little bit easier when we're buying new things because we kind of dictate our experiences, where we want to go, what we want to do, how we work,
Hmm.
what, if it's lenses, where are we at in our ecosystem? There's a lot of things behind that. But like, there's certain things
Yeah.
that I want that don't make sense for me to buy. Like, I want a Ronin 4D so bad, and
Oh
I don't.
yes, dude, that'd be so fun. That'd
Yeah,
be so
yeah.
fun.
I'll buy one eventually. I bet I will. Cozy Cameraman. Pocket 3 rocks. I just feel like I'm going to break it every time I pick it up, so I never use it. If they would put the Pocket 3
That's fair.
camera in a box body so we have autofocus, I would be so happy. Well, I mean, I don't know sure what you mean by it. If I have autofocus, because the Osmo Pocket does have autofocus. They put the Pocket 3 camera in
Hmm.
a box body. That's I mean, isn't the 4D kind of that? Like the Osmo camera, DJI's
Oh
Osmo camera, is that
yeah,
what he means?
true.
But have you
I think
seen?
so.
I'm sure you've seen this.
Ooh, I think I know what you're gonna pull up.
Yeah. Dang it, I typed it wrong. Yeah. He may have already seen it too, but I'm still gonna bring it up. Where is it at? Where is it at? I'm looking. It's not. And I know the guy was selling it. Well, this guy 3D printed
Hmm.
this big rig for the Pocket 3 to sit. There it is. All right. Switch this over to this. Have you seen this?
Oh wait, no, maybe. Okay, that's not what I thought you were gonna. Okay, yeah. No, I haven't seen that. What the
You
heck?
haven't seen this, so it's a that's the Pocket 3
You
in
got
in this 3D printed body that takes like
that's
all this stuff, and it allows a matte box to go on, and you can put like NT and other filters in there. And I think it was made by a guy who 3D printed it, and he started selling it. But it's actually
wow.
really cool. I think it's really really cool. And then the phone is the app monitor on it.
That is crazy.
Ain't that neat? I think it's really cool. You don't need it at all, but I mean,
True. You're like, how much is he selling this for?
if you got Osmo Pocket and you're doing like pro client work, I'd probably just pull this out and like, yeah,
Yeah.
this looks. It just looks a little more. Actually, this I don't know the same one I was looking at. That one's actually pretty cool. Expensive.
Oh wow, that is a little bit more than that. That was, yeah.
Wait, is that the Osmo? I don't know which one that is. That's yeah. It looks so goofy.
That's
That's
so
so cool
funny.
though. Look at the
Oh
mounting
my
points on it.
gosh.
So that's the whole housing there, and look at the deep filter on that.
That's wild.
That's really cool, actually. I've not seen this one specifically. This one looks like a better version of what I've been seeing. I kind of want that now. That's
Yeah.
cool. So that's what I've seen before on the Pocket.
I
But
love
yeah,
that. So the fact that someone came up with that for such a tiny camera.
Yeah.
Um,
Action 5 Pro has fixed focus. Oh, really? He says, come on, come on. I've seen that thing. It's so goofy. Another problem with the Pocket 3 is that because it's always a gimbal, you always have to compensate for aiming the gimbal and just point and shoot. Yes, I've seen some people put
that's
it in
fair.
FPV mode, but I know it's
Mhm.
not exactly the same. But yeah, if I had like a way,
Yeah.
like I think the 4D does that, where you can lock the access, all of the
Yeah. Yeah.
axes, and use it as like a normal camera. But yeah, I think once the Osmo hits, well, I always wonder like, are they gonna do a version where you can change the head on it or the mounts, kind
Yeah.
of like the
Right.
was it the Muse X, like their drone. The drone is like
Mhm.
exchangeable. I think it's whole cameras. I don't think these lenses. Maybe no, they have lenses on them. I wonder if they'll do a system like that, but I don't know how. I don't think they will. I don't think they will, but it'd be cool if they did because they came out with a system that had their own tiny lens. It'd be their own mount and their own lensing system. Because it wouldn't be
Oh, for
pocket
sure
no
it would
more,
be.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the lenses for the 4D are already small, so it'd be smaller than that. If their own proprietary lenses that would only work with the Osmo,
Could you?
but it'd be a little tiny.
Could you? Could you imagine if like some way somehow someone made something for the Osmo Pocket and then they use like the freaking like one of the like most expensive RE lenses with it?
That'd be crazy. Well, I think people are
Oh
doing those
my
iPhones.
gosh. Oh
People are
yeah,
doing
for
all
sure.
kinds of crazy
Yeah.
stuff with iPhones. Cozy Cameraman says, I bought an Action 5 Pro on sale Black Friday to pair with it. Pretty excited about the Action 5 Pro. Have been watching some travel vlogs lately. That cut with the Sony footage looks great. Yeah, I did see some footage of the
Oh,
Action
okay.
5 Pro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, James. I didn't look too much into it, but the footage looked. It looks pretty solid for an action
Because
cam.
the Action 5 Pro is it DJI? No.
Yep. Yeah, the
Yeah, it
action
is DJI.
cams are
Yeah,
all
that's right.
DJI.
Yeah.
It's their
Yeah,
GoPro
that's
competitor.
that's another thing too. Like we don't have to really get into it, but about action cameras, how because obviously DJI started theirs, obviously GoPro, and but now you have Insta360 coming into that world to
Yeah.
where they're now well, Insta360 made another like side company or something like that for to drop their drone that they made.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know much about
Yeah.
what they're doing there, but yeah, totally forgot about that. I need to look back into that. Uh, yeah, I
Yeah, it
didn't even think
looks
about.
pretty interesting.
I'm sure that sounded wonderful. My mic just collapsed. Yeah, I don't. I wonder if we should do like categories sometime. Like here's our
I
budget
would like. I think that's
action
yeah.
cams, photo, video, cinema. Like it's tough though, because like what qualifies a
Mhm.
cinema and what qualifies a pro
Yeah.
camera? Like it's just so blurred now, and everything's such a good
Mhm.
hybrid. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want to like blow through your list here or talk about any other stuff
Mhm.
here. I know there's a lot of cameras I do want to just mention that are around this price that exist.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I think I talked about the major ones for me. So yeah, if you got
Okay.
some to shoot
Well,
out there, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I wasn't gonna pick this camera, but of course, this price range I have to mention. I have to mention the Nikon ZR. I know it's kind of like the fad
Yeah.
camera right now. Everybody's using it. That's why I didn't want to talk about it and put that on the list, but it is hard to ignore for
No, for sure.
$2,200 this beast of a camera right here. Because I've been using it more and more and I'm really enjoying it. And it is actually a really good hybrid camera, in my opinion. It's not a photo camera first, but I've really enjoyed the photos out of it. It's only 26 megapixels. It's pretty much the Nikon Z6 Mark III,
Mm.
I think it is, just without a mechanical shutter. So you have no mechanical shutter, but of course you get on the video side, the R3D RAW, H.265 out of this, and 420 in log. It's okay, ProRes. It's just really hard to beat for that price.
Mhm.
I had to throw it out there. We can talk about that in a whole nother video, but it's hard to leave this off a list like that, especially right now. So
It is interesting, like, and just one question about it really quick. Seeing
Mhm.
how you use it, Caitlin's used it too, right? A little bit
She's
or no?
worked with the photo files. She's not used the
Photo
camera
files.
itself.
Okay, gotcha. Now, with the ergonomics of it, like, you know how like Canon and Sony, they all have that bump out where you can like, you know, hold on to it. I
Mhm.
know that camera doesn't really have that. Is it? I mean, I know you're probably not hand holding it by itself, like
No, I
when you
mean, you
use
see,
it, but
this is like nothing. There's nothing there. That's what
right,
you're like this. Like it's like trying to hold a sandwich. It's just like it's.
exactly.
I mean, you see that. I have a cage I typically have with it, but it's not. I didn't buy this
Hmm.
camera to rig up. Um, I do want to say there's something really cool I've seen. Brandon Washington on YouTube here actually got one. I seen. If anybody's familiar with Caleb Pike, he makes or he owns a what's it called? Camera Foundry. Is the name of his company?
Yeah, yeah,
Camera
I think
Foundry
so.
makes. I'll go ahead and show this right here. Um, for that camera, because I still think, nah, it goes over our price. But I was thinking this would keep it under. Um, I don't know. Did I show this to you, James?
Hmm.
Camera. Where is it at? Camera Foundry, Nikon ZR. Is it Camera Foundry? I think Cineback is what they call them.
You know what? You may mention it in our last.
Yeah, I think I showed
Yes.
it to
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
call.
Yep.
Yeah, so like this thing's wild what this thing does. This
Yeah. That.
this turns this into the B cam into an A cam. That's what I say. But you can see that's a small rig cage inside of that though, and that adds some grip. Yeah, that's the whole cage grip though. Without this, not. Anyways, I thought that was really cool. Oh, I still have his
Yeah.
comment up here. Don't
It's
can't see.
it's interesting when you showed that to me at first, I was like, wait a second. I was like, can the because they don't have the screen flipped out on it, but I
Yeah,
mean, then you could
that's it
just
right
use it
there.
as like what a. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It can flip out from the side there.
That's
It's kind of
crazy.
like an Ursa. Why is that comic keep coming up? Sorry, cozy cameraman. I'm waiting for it to pop back up again. But it flips out kind of like an Ursa. Do you see
Okay.
that? So it's
Gotcha.
like it's kind of like
Yeah.
yeah on the side, which the screen's amazing on that.
That'd
All right.
be.
That's enough of Nikon
Yeah.
ZR.
It's
There's too
interesting.
much content online about that camera right now.
That's
Everybody's
so
talking about
true.
it. I have one.
Yeah.
I love it, but I don't need to talk about it unless anybody's got questions, because we're probably gonna talk about it in another video.
Oh
I do
yeah.
have a lot to say about it. I've been using it a lot more and more. I am mostly a Sony shooter. I have a Komodo X2 and now a Nikon. But so that was my video pick.
Hmm.
Um, you're not gonna find that used, but actually the A7 IV was my photo pick.
Oh, that's funny
The
because I
older
had that on my list.
did you? Yeah, and it's funny because
Yeah,
I
I
just
did.
sold mine. I
Yeah.
just sold mine 2 days ago. Not because it's a bad camera. It's just this kind of replaced the Nikon ZR replaced my needs for that.
Mm.
I just didn't need it. So the A7 IV is I want to read the specs. You can get it. It's 20. It's like right at that price, $2,500. But it's on sale right now, like everywhere, and it's you can get it used for like 18, 17, 16. I mean, right now it's on sale, so you can probably get it
No, that's pretty good. Yeah.
used cheaper. But I think it's my photo cam pick over video for one reason, and that is overheating. Because this camera
Mm.
does overheat. It has overheated on me when I used it, and once it happens once, I lose all trust. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, no, not yeah. Of course, the new one's gonna be coming up. Yeah, Ivy, you get that like $2,000. I swear something says 25. It's like 2,500, 2,600, whatever new, but it's always on sale and you can find them used everywhere.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
it's
two
33.
grand's pretty.
Yeah, I mean for what it is, and it is a great video camera. It is. It doesn't overheat a
Hmm.
lot. I was actually filming a really hot garage when it overheated, and that's to be expected. But if you're doing weddings out in the sun, probably wouldn't recommend it for video. Photo never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Caitlin used it for a while for photography too, but it was next to her
Hmm.
R. Um, it is 4K. It is 4K 60 with the crop, which was the big conversation around this camera. Battery is amazing on it. The photos are really cool. It is full frame. Man, I remember it was so hard to find full frame cameras like under $2,000. Now you can get them left and right
Yeah,
everywhere.
right.
I think Canon was the first to break that barrier. I think,
It
if I
was. I
remember
think.
right.
I think they were. Yeah.
It was one of their R series, like $2,000 full frame.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my photo picks. Not too exciting, but I want to go through a list of some cameras I did look up around this price. I don't have to talk like about full spec detail about them, but Canon EOS R8. You probably know more about that
Mm-hmm.
than I do.
Yep.
Full frame.
That was one on my list too.
$1,500, $1,700. I think it's a
Yeah.
good hybrid. I don't know. Do you have anything to say about the camera? Anything unique about it, or
The R8 you said.
yeah?
Yeah. Full frame has the. Well, it's one of the crazy things about it is it has the same sensor as the R6 Mark II. I know the Mark III just came out, but yeah, same sensor as the my gosh, R6 Mark II. Which, if you think about it, the yeah, the R6 Mark II, all the numbers and letters, man.
I
they
can't. Yeah, it's so hard.
that costs at least on the low end $1,000 more than what the R8 does.
And what are
So,
you getting
I
with it? What
mean,
are you losing? Is
I
more less?
mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember I don't think this one's dual card slot. I know the R6 is.
Do you have the R6 Mark II? Is that what you
There's
have?
no. I have the R5.
R5. Okay.
Mhm.
Which I don't understand. I'm trying to see. I don't see anywhere. Whoa, pictures, pictures. These are not good picture examples. Honestly, no offense to whoever took these. These are just
Now it's like so for the
what?
between the R5 and the R6 right now that the Mark III is out, I would almost say tell someone to get the R6 Mark III over the R5 Mark II because well the R5 Mark II is it's a lot more expensive if I remember correctly, and really there's nothing you're really losing that you know out of the R6 that you get with the R5 Mark II. So
This sit here. R5 Mark II.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, almost 4 grand. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm
Is that the
like,
one you got now?
ugh.
You the Mark II or
I
Mark
had the
One?
Mark One. And really, when the Mark II came out, I did a side by side. I was like, the the only thing, I mean, there wasn't really anything that I'm like I could justify that price difference of
Yeah.
even when I got my Mark II or Mark One. I was like, ugh.
That's everything's
Mm.
really hard nowadays like that. Everything's just really hard with that nowadays. Because like you start stair stepping up, it gets more expensive, more expensive. It's just
Yeah,
hard to.
yep. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
you're at a Hasselblad X2D Mark II. What?
That's funny when I just seen that right there. When you see that when I searched this, it was right there, and I was like,
That's
"Wow,
amazing.
Sony!" Yeah,
Oh
yeah. What
man.
are camera recommendations for under 10 grand? Um,
Now I will
beginner.
say that if you get a Hasselblad X2D Mark II, and if you're, I mean, obviously because they're photo, so that's the first and last camera you'll ever need.
Yeah, yeah. Man, there's
you
somebody
know,
out there who bought that as
just
their first camera. There's
oh
somebody.
yeah, you already know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next on my list was Nikon ZR. The Sony A7C was on there.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't know. People may have forgot about the camera. I did. Do you remember this one?
I had one. Let's see. Oh no, I had the
A7C.
Sony A6100 on mine.
And I thought this was actually cool. I looked at this camera. Why I bought the A7 IV was I needed a B cam to my FX6, um,
Hmm.
which at the time the FX30 wasn't out yet, and the FX3 was out of my price range, so I bought the A7 IV. But I did look at these for a while because I thought this would be cool. It's how small it is to see the original, and then there's the C2. Um, it's like the size of the 6000 series, but I remember being
Oh
mind
yeah,
blown
that's right.
that it's
Yeah.
full frame. I think it'd be a fun camera to have,
Hmm.
but but why? Oh yeah. But why you'd pick this over like an A7 IV? That's my
Hmm.
question. It's like I don't know. I don't know why you would
Yeah, because the
pick this
A7
over.
IV was actually cheaper than that, right?
Yeah.
The one
Yeah,
that
I
you
mean,
looked at,
well, you
yeah.
find it everywhere cheaper, especially used. This is like $200 cheaper, $200 cheaper regular.
Mm.
It is on sale, but
Hmm.
I don't know why you would pick this. The size is very different. Like if there's something you wanted to walk around with, it's cool. It really is cool to have something that's small. But oh, it's 33 same megapixels. Inside of that is I believe it may be the same sensor in there. I'm not for sure, but I don't know what the video specs are. 4K 30, so you get less. It's 10-bit.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've seen that one, and these are ones I just kind of wanted to mention. People might be interested in or look at. And then the
Yeah.
Fuji X-T5, I had on the list. I seen that one. I thought that one looked cool. The Fuji X-T5. Do you know anything about that one? I
XT.
don't know.
I don't recall the
Ooh.
XT. Wait, did I have that one down? No, no, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did,
Well,
but
I thought it looked really cool, and I wanted to throw
yeah.
Fuji on here, so I would look that one up real quick. 40 megapixels for
Yeah.
that's crazy. And then 4K 60, and there's six. Is this 6.2K at 30 frames, 422 10-bit. Fujifilm is like really underrated.
No,
I
yeah, I
think
think
they're
so.
massively
There's
underrated.
there's a guy that what is it called? I think, let's see. Da-da-da-da. He runs a podcast literally called Fuji Love Podcast. He doesn't just talk about Fujifilm, but he's a huge Fujifilm fan, and yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I feel like not a lot of people, people see Sony, people see Canon. Obviously those are your, two big ones, but yeah, Fujifilm's good, man. Like they're
Yeah,
great.
the yeah, I'm always mind blown. I read specs. I'm like, why is no one really talking about this camera?
Yeah,
You know, and I think
and
it's just
probably
lens
built better
mounts.
too,
No,
honestly.
it looks solid.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's honestly just lens mounts, and
yeah,
especially like
yeah.
in the video world, everybody likes to rig their cameras up and stuff, but you don't really see
Hmm.
these. There's not like a lot of accessories for them, but in my opinion, you don't need it. See, I love the dials. That's really cool.
Right. Yeah. It looks so sleek. It looks so, I mean, not necessarily this one. I mean, I guess it could be, but like the X100 series, they're, you know, I don't want to say point and shoot, but I mean, essentially that's what they are.
The X100, that was the one we were looking at, right? A while back. Yes. Yes, I like
Hmm.
those. I like those. That fits
Super
our
small
price range too,
footprint.
honestly. Like that fits. Is this
Yeah. Hmm.
a fixed lens? I'm trying to remember. No, is it fixed? Nope. You can change the lens. Temporarily out of stock.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me all the
Yeah.
time.
And then
Yeah.
last thing I had to mention was I had when we came up with this price point, the first thing that came to my mind was the 6000 series. So the
Mm.
Sony, there's a 6600, 6700. These
Okay.
cameras I always loved. These B&H, I like
Was
I
there a
like B&H.
6100 too? That one's just older though, right?
There was a 6000, 6300,
Oh, okay.
6500, and then they did. Well, I don't know if there was a 6100. Then they did the other like the in between numbers for the next generation.
Mm.
I don't know if there was
Hmm.
a 61. Was there a 6100? Yep, I think you're right. Yep,
Was
there
there?
was
Okay.
6100, which was even cheaper.
Yeah.
I remember the 6300 was like, oh my gosh, I wanted one so bad when this came out. And then when my first like professional investment when I upgraded it from the GH4 was the 6500. I loved this camera. It was so. I still have it. Actually, my brother has it right now. But amazing camera. But then the newer versions, the next generation ones, I would recommend the 66 or 6700. 6700. The A6700 is like the newer one, the better one with more
Mm.
features um and you get that for like $2,000. It is a crop, but it's tiny, and I don't think crop is necessarily a bad investment because you can get like the lenses, that's what the things people who don't really know till you know, going full frame
Hmm.
is now you're an expensive lens ecosystem. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and sometimes I miss being in the crop because you could just get so much more for so much cheaper, like significantly cheaper. But yeah, it did. I think
Yeah.
this one did. Yep, 4K, 10-bit, 422, 26 megapixels, 6K oversampled. That was the thing I remember. Even with the 6500 had it was 6K downsampled. It was a very sharp
Mhm.
camera. Not 10-bit though, not the 65. This one is. So I had to mention that one. I like the size of this one. This was a cool one, good hybrid. But that's I think we're at time now, but we can talk
Mm.
forever. We could talk
Oh man.
forever about the lenses because we didn't even get into that.
Oh,
Maybe we
that'll
could do
definitely be
kits.
alive if we do.
Oh yeah, because I mean that could factor into how much you need to spend on your camera. It's like the lens
Yeah.
ecosystem is massive, massive. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of cameras. If there's cameras here, you just let us know in the comments because I'm sure we missed
Hmm.
a lot. I
Oh
know
yeah.
we missed a lot. It's just there's just so much out there now. There's just we just kind of just I just kind of threw a dart out and started searching cameras. I was like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. And literally, you can get any one of these cameras if you don't have any. You're
And
gonna be well off.
the other thing too, I would say, before we close here, I would, you know, if someone's looking for like beginner, entry level stuff, don't be like, don't knock the older cameras, like,
No,
4, 5, 6 years old, something like that. Just because they're that old doesn't mean they're not good.
no, not at all. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. When you look at something like the FX6, like that's
Hmm.
4 years, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. And there's people that
Yeah,
feel like they
yeah.
need to upgrade every year, but it's really just about it's like the cliche. It's just the tool, but it is true.
Hmm.
And you don't really need
Yeah,
to upgrade until you feel like something is hindering you. Like, do you feel like it's holding you back? And then you need to upgrade from that. And
yeah, yeah.
when you're starting out, it's not even really about upgrading. I think honestly, the price range we picked here is probably a good price range to start with
I
anybody
think so, for sure.
because I mean, well, you found some like under 1,000. Those are amazing.
Right.
I'd say spend under 1,000 if you don't know if this is something you want to do. If this is something you are going to do, and you're going to start making money doing it, or start a YouTube channel in hopes to make money one day, I do think that $2,000 range is probably a good range,
Hmm.
but you got to consider
Yeah,
lenses too in that. And starting out, if you buy one lens, you're fine. But if you start stacking lenses, you're starting to marry that mount. And then it
yeah.
gets tough to switch
So,
because
so
once
you
you have
guys
a
did that,
little,
right?
yeah, we're in. I mean, I'm happy with my mount. But yeah, we are
Hmm.
definitely in that Sony ecosystem. We're deep in the Sony, um, and that's why when Red released their Z mount, that I went
Yeah.
Z mount on the video side with the Komodos and the now Nikon ZR because I can use all Sony lenses on literally all of them. I don't own any Nikon lenses. It's all Sony.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So I do want to talk about what we're trying to do here. So every
Hmm.
Friday night through December, we're going live. We're going to do this through the month of December because we're trying to get this down. I'm trying to understand more of the technical side, see what we can do here. I'm learning this software. As you can tell from the beginning, there's already a bunch of technical difficulties.
Austin's got the hard part. The hard part.
It is fun. It's really fun. Um, Also, I learned this, James. Watch. Did it
Oh,
work?
you figured out how to do the
Did it
sound
work?
effects. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. That took me like an hour to figure it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I can have all kinds of sound effects now. So trying to think of some things to do here on the live. We have some topics and we can talk about what we're gonna talk about next week and the week after. Well, let's talk about what are we talking about next week? Because I actually forget. We have it written somewhere. My notes are actually over there.
Was it the photography one?
I think that's the one after next week. So we
That's
can't
the
miss
one
that.
after. There was a
Yeah.
Oh, the Nikon ZR, I think, is the next one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
next
Yep.
week, next Friday night, we are going to talk about the Nikon ZR here. So if anybody has any questions, right here, on this channel next week, Friday, 9 p.m. What time zone are we? Are we Eastern?
We're Eastern, right?
Eastern?
Yeah.
Eastern time? Yeah, Eastern.
I travel
Eastern
so much.
time.
I'm like, what time zone is
Yeah.
that?
Talking about the ZR. So if you have any questions, line them up. Or even any questions, you can be there and ask, or ask them right now before we jump off here, and I'll write them down. Or if you're seeing this video on the replay, go ahead and ask them, because I'll be watching the comments here for the next week. And we're going to talk about that. There's a lot to say about that. I know I just seem like everybody's talking about it, but I figure some people might want to talk about it too. So
Yeah.
that, and then the week after that, we're talking about, is it portrait photography?
I think so. Yeah.
And then we're probably going to have a guest.
Yeah. Yep. He said he's down.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So we'll be talking about that the week.
I'm
And
so
then
excited.
the fourth week, last week of December, we're just going to be talking about, just kind of hanging out, talking about the things of what we want to see come to this channel, things we want to do on our personal goals, from our personal projects. That's what we're going to try to do here. But also, I kind of want to make this live stream thing going into 2026 something we do regularly. I don't know if it's going to be weekly. I think it might be a little much for us, but maybe it's bi-weekly, maybe it's monthly. I don't know yet. But I want to think about some things that people want to do or what they want to see, topics. Some stuff we're talking about doing is kind of doing a like a live stream pre-production, doing a lot of pre-production on some short films we're working on or documentaries, maybe live streaming some edits. I know I tried doing that, and I don't know if people care to see that or not. It's more about me being bored and I just want to talk to people while I'm editing, but I do think there's something there on live streaming some of our pre-production where people can learn, watch, ask questions, or even teach us. But yeah, I think that's it. Is there anything else we want to add here?
I don't think so.
All right.
I'm sure we'll be like, oh man, we should have talked about that.
There always is. I'm never worried, especially me and you, James. I'm never worried about us figuring out what to talk about.
Yeah.
We're always, yeah.
We could be on a call for like 3 hours and we're like, dang it, we got this.
We've been doing this for a while, and we've been talking about it on the internet for a while.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks, James. Thanks, Cozy Cameraman. Thanks for everybody else that came in and didn't comment and just watched. We still appreciate it. Like I said, subscribe or just not subscribe and just watch for the channel to catch the stream next week where we talk about the Nikon ZR. So that's all we got for this one. See y'all next week.
See ya.